Ready to go? All right. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. What a week of discovery. What's on your mind? Hit that like button. Immediately, research team. What's up with you? Let me turn this sound up because my sound is a little off. But that's because I'm not at the crib. You feel me? I'm not at the crib. I'm visiting Los Angeles. I'm visiting all over the place right now, and you know how that is. So if you can hear me loud and clear, let me know immediately, please. Please, that'll be dope. That'll be dope. That'll be dope. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Thank you for that. Whoo, I had to take a few days off when this information hit me, family. One of my finest students, press one. One of my finest students said, Kev, I don't know what you did to our brains, but I've been in research mode. Press one. He said, man, I don't know what you doing to us in this classroom, but bro, I got a birthday gift for you. It's Christmas, right? Press one. He said, I got a gift for you, G. Press one. He came and I mean, I've been here for this long, proving to you guys that we have a stolen legacy in this nation. Press one. And that the corporate state of DC, the District of Columbia, has placed itself on top. Press one. On top of an already operating system. And it's been hard. It's been hard. Not too many people can grasp the idea of you not wearing feathers before they came here. Press one. The propaganda machine has been working its number, is working its due. The beast has been moving upon the earth, just devouring brain. Just press one, just eating your brain with propaganda, white supremacist, Anglo-Saxon propaganda. Press one. Oh man. Now I've been proving all over. I've already proved the Dawes rolls. I'm not saying I'm the first person that brought up the Dawes roll, but putting it together the way we doing. Yeah, and where those names came from. As soon as you find out those names come from you and those are your names, then everybody's in trouble who've been telling you otherwise. Press one. There is no a gray area to why people want me to give up my name and my birthright to give it to you as an immigrant from across the water. Press one. So we've been on a journey. We've been on a good journey here. Press one. And we've been figuring out all type of things. Wilmington, the overthrow of us, the people, the kingdom is what y'all call. A lot of y'all people believe this is a democracy. No. The Nazi democracy took over. Press one. And got y'all dreaming about some other shit. Press one. No. The Nazis won the war. Yes. Why you think you see all your people dying? Why you think Black TV and Adam 22 traumatize our people and get paid for it greatly? How much trauma can you take? Y'all the only ones around here doing this? Press one. This is a sovereign nation. This is a republic. You know damn well there was never no kings and queens over there. Press one. It's a stolen legacy. Every name, I told you, give me one Washington that came from Britain. Press one. There's one Washington, one Abraham Lincoln, one Thomas Jefferson. There's one. These motherfucking names ain't that. Press one. They got these names from somewhere. Press one. And if they got these names from somewhere, and if they all could, that mean presidents too. Press one. That mean presidents too. Ain't no such thing. I told y'all what I think. I think Roosevelt, William Howard Taft, and goddamn Chase Manhattan is the same motherfucker. Press one. That's the same asshole. Press one. The president of the bank. And white folk know this. White folk know. I'm not even finna talk to them right now. I ain't finna agree. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not even want to talk right now. Press 1. I'm not here to debate. Y'all know this. Y'all know DC is not even a state. Press 1. And if DC ain't a state and they clone this nation, then where is Washington? And who is George Washington? Press 1. I told you. I just didn't know how deep it went. Press 1. I didn't know how deep it went. One of my students went above and beyond, family. One of my students, bro, went above and beyond and found some information I wasn't even ready for. Press 1. Even got some information I wasn't even ready for. Press 1. Now, y'all know me. I ain't never really dumbfounded until something happened, you know. And when it happened to me, it's supposed to happen. So I'm wondering, what the hell is all this for? All this uncovering for what? Kwame Brown even said, what the fuck? Who cares about history? Press 1. Who cares? Them numbers don't mean nothing. It's over. Press 1. Shut up right now. Shut up. I don't want to get something in my soul say, don't stop. Keep going. Bad boy. Can't stop. Won't stop. I got to proceed forward. Whatever no, don't do it. I got to go forward and forward. Press 1. Man, ain't no such thing as no. Impossible. For if I or you got a stolen legacy in this nation, you got to prove it. Press 1. And I ain't just talking about genealogy.com. Press 1. I'm not just talking about that. I'm not talking about, oh, my cousin was right there in Mississippi and he was an Indian. No. Well, no, not that. Not that at all. This is much more complicated. This is going to take a little bit more of your senses, your real senses. Not your consciousness, not none of this silly stuff, your mind, your brain. You feel me? So, I want to play a video before I do anything. I want to play a video. And this video had me dumbfounded after one of my students had me dumbfounded, per se. For this video, I went looking for after he fed me some information. I said, okay, let me get to work, since this involves, we're talking about George Washington here, the founding father of the nation. That's what we talking about. And if it's George Washington, it is this shit. He on the chopping block. Press 1. Now, I'm alleging, press 1, that they chopped the name Gillespie off of Washington and made a white George Washington on the opposite end of the United States to mimic what was going over here already. Press 1. I realized too, you know why I say this? Because one of my students found, never mind, we're going to get to it. I'm going to let him do it after. I'm going to let him do it after the video. Press 1. So, you know, I know my man Sancheto around here somewhere. Shout out to y'all. I don't even care no more. I just want to, I want to get to a definitive. I know it's black folk just retrieved some land out in Malibu and the state owed them everything over there. Press 1. And if that can happen for them, that shit can happen for me and you too. Press 1. Of stolen legacy. Malibu is one of the richest places in California. Are you crazy? Don't tell me it can't be done. Press 1. You just scared. You're part of the propaganda that can tell me no when I just saw it. Press 1. I'm a Cali native. I know Malibu. They had made a whole movie about it. Press 1. We dealing with George Washington, American royalty. Press 1. Signer of so many things, the beginner of so many things, the orchestrator of so many things, the architect of so many things. Press 1. Now we know. Press 1. Now we know it was a lot of photo swapping going on at the time. Press 1. We know this. I've proven this over and over again. If you won't know this by now, cop the mixtape. Press 1. Mixtape be out summertime. Press 1. Cop the mixtape. You got cop the volume 1 and 2 and 3. They play stick 'em up, but we finna go back in time, family. We finna go back in time. And this young Afro-American sister, right? She made a video in January of 2019. Okay, and I'm gonna go to the video right now because it leads up to exactly what we're talking about here. Could be George Washington name could be stolen from someone else. And as I say, not stolen from people per se, but being these are founding fathers per se, and this is a corporation placing itself on top of something that was already here and they have none, why not just take the name? Press 1. And paint them all British white. Press 1. And give themselves time immemorial. Press 1. Where everything is through illustration. They can't prove nothing other than lying about it. So let me go here. Let me help y'all real quick. And don't mind me. And I know a lot of people ain't gonna like me after this. They ain't like me no way. Press 1. They ain't like me no way. They hate them some Kev Gill. Press 1. They hate them some Kev Gill. Somebody say Kev Gills is onto something here. Press 1. Look at your neighbor and say Kev Gills is onto something here. Press 1. This is the black George Washington.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Let's listen to who this guy was, right? Let's go.
Good evening and welcome to another installment of Diaspora News, where news is local on a global scale. Tonight's installment is regarding a gentleman named George Washington, but it's not the typical George Washington you may think of, the dude we all learned about in history with the bad powdered wig and them tights he used to wear all the time, or, you know, they call them knickers. Not the same George Washington. It's a totally different dude. But anyway. The name George Washington for most people brings to mind a presidential figure, but in Centralia, Washington state, that name belongs to their founding father. This George Washington was an African American born in Frederick County, Virginia on August 15, 1817, to a slave father and mother of English descent.
Hold up. To a slave father. Remember these. This is what she's reading. And you got to remember, they always hide in history. So make sure y'all pay attention to a slave father. Because we proving all this wrong today. Press 1.
Not the same George Washington. It's a totally different dude. But anyway. The name George Washington for most people brings to mind a presidential figure, but in Centralia, Washington state, that name belongs to their founding father. This George Washington was an African American born in Frederick County, Virginia on August 15, 1817, to a slave father and mother of English descent, and would later found the city of Centralia. After his father was sold to a new owner, his mother gave him to a white family.
Press 1. Now, press. No. Let me just stop right there. Let's clarify something. He is a Negro. I ain't gonna even get to the daddy selling him or nothing. We ain't even on that right now. Let's just clarify. This is a founding father Negro of the real Washington state. No, you don't understand. I said a Negro. You know what a Negro is? Press 1. It wasn't no slavery before the founding of Washington State, fool. That it was founded in 1700s, fool. Press 1, they ain't finna get me. I'll make sure we keep the information rolling, but find how funny it is when our people got to read through the bullshit. So you, a founding father Negro, okay? That is a black man in today.
James and Anna Cochran to escape a life of slavery in Virginia. Here's a picture of Mr. Washington here. Definitely not the dude in the white powdered wig.
Oh, definitely not him. But at the same time, don't remember about our photos. So we're not going to say that that's really him or it's not. We're going to pay attention to the report. Okay. The picture, great. But remember what I told y'all before we even saw this about photos. But go ahead.
The white family took him along on their journeys to Ohio and Missouri. As a hardworking and literate person, Washington tried to set up businesses in Missouri, but could not do so because of the discrimination he faced. His adoptive parents even filed a special motion to get him full rights as a citizen, but that didn't do much to curtail the racism he underwent.
Now, you know, I'm going to prove that that's a lie. If you're a founding father, you ain't no way you can be a citizen or nothing like that. But let me go ahead.
He and his adopted family subsequently moved west in 1850 toward the Oregon Territory to enable Washington to establish himself fully. They first settled at Oregon City before crossing the Columbia River to what would later become Washington State Territory. In 1852, Washington staked a claim on a plot of land near the Chehalis River in what was then Oregon Territory.
Press 1, and this is all. Remember what I taught y'all about plots. They didn't sell the land, they leased it. Remember that.
He cleared the land and began to farm there, but since Oregon laws did not allow black people to own the land,
Miss, that can't be true because he's a founding father. Do you understand? So we got to watch how they talk to us through manipulation. He is the law. He is the landlord. Leasing land. Be adults. Don't fall for the subliminal erase you and he wasn't nothing. You can be a founding father and then somebody tell you what you can't do. It's not happening, brother. So let me just tell y'all, he is the founding father of Oregon State or all that, right? Washington, all that. Is Oregon, Washington, both of them the same. Press 1.
Had the Cochrans claim the 640 acres. I was thinking the same thing because I know I read or heard somewhere that for a period in time, Oregon did not allow blacks to live in that state. So,
which is false again. Landlord.
Okay, I guess it had to be after that law.
See, it made her fuck up. Like, wait, it had to be after that law because they don't even make sense now that I said it. Because he is the founding father. Kev Road, press 1. His name is George Washington. Let's go.
But I know blacks were not allowed in the state. They had, and they had so many. Not only could they not own land.
That's all speculation from their story. Listen, I'm telling you.
But they were not allowed in the state. And the article does not refer to this. Just said they weren't allowed to own land. So yeah, they had I don't know,
she confused.
A month or so to get out. If they were in Oregon. So yeah, they had to go. They sold the land back to him after 4 years when Washington Territory was created.
Look, did they sell the land back to him? No, the land automatically goes back to him. And they recontract the land. Press 1 through him. Press 1. There is no
When he was in his 50s, Washington married widow Mary.
There is no we gonna sell some land back to the black man. No, the black man, that's his land. Press 1. The contract is up. Press 1. Mic check is clear. The contract is up. They ain't gonna sell him back his land. Ain't nobody gonna sell you. You know damn well they ain't selling you back your land. The land, you feel me? No, he didn't lease it. He owned it. Brian King, He owned the land. Listen, he is a founding father. He's not a bucket renter. He owned the land and leased it, plotted it out, and leased out the plots, which you will put buildings and homes and shit on. When those contracts is up, whether your store or whatever it is, press 1. That's when you re-sign your lease or do what you do.
Jane Kunis, and in 1872, he and his wife decided that their land would be a significant link between the towns of Tacoma and Kalama. They then began plans of creating the city of Centerville, which would later be changed to Centralia. On January 8th, 1875, the Washingtons filed their plat for the town and offered lots at $10 apiece for anyone who wanted. Man, I wish I could buy a
See? He offered lots at $10 a piece.
plot of land for $10 apiece. Wow. Isn't that something? Here's a picture of the Northern
$10 was gold. It wasn't the dollars we see now.
Pacific Railroad depot in Centralia. So by 1872, Centralia was an important stop along the railroad as it became a boomtown for transporting locally produced timber,
Mic check.
coal, and dairy products to the rest of the world. That must have been pretty lucrative up there.
Of course. Coal and dairy products to the rest of the what? No, to the rest of the town. No. Press 1. She said world. Let's go.
Up there. As the town grew, settlers grew dissatisfied with the name because another town in the state shared the same name. The name was changed to Centralia in 1883, officially becoming incorporated in 1886.
And officially being incorporated when? All right now.
Historical account on News One stated. There's also a Centralia in Pennsylvania, where I'm from. I think that's the town that had the underground fires going for years. I think they're coal fires, so they're never able to put the fire out, if I'm mistaken. I'm not sure if that thing is still burning today or what, but that's how I remember that town, because there was underground fire. It is documented, in 1888, Washington's wife passed away, but he still went ahead to play a significant role in developing the town. It is documented that he did not only allow people to settle in the town without paying a dime, but would also assist them with food and jobs as well. That's pretty cool. You won't see anything like that today. The land comes at a premium on all fronts. Even when residents could not afford their mortgage, Washington would buy the properties back and keep the city afloat, according to accounts. When he passed away in August 1905 at age 88, his funeral was said to be the largest in the history of Centralia. Today, Centralia thrives, and a memorial park bearing his name serves as the city's center. Signs of Washington's legacy are visible as you walk through downtown Centralia. Around the corner from a park is a 2-story mural of George and his dog, Rockwood. A metal fence surrounds two large gravestones at Washington Lawn Cemetery, one for George and his wife, the other for the Cochran family who raised George. So there's a picture of that mural there of George and his dog. What's his dog's name? Rockwood, okay.
Now that's interesting, isn't it? Don't you think that's interesting, Press 1? I never heard of no black George Washington, right? Have you? No. Never heard of it in my life. And after doing some research from a good friend of mine, he tells me, he say, I think that this is the son. No, he didn't tell me that. I don't know how it came up, but I think that this is the junior, because I happen to find that he happened to find his father too. Press 1. We happen to find his father too. Press 1. And we find out that That's not even their name. Their name is George Washington Gillespie. Press 1. And his father served in the Continental Army. Press 1. But black men don't get land like that. Just have, I found it. Press 1. His daddy was somebody. That's why they try to say he was a daddy of. No, his daddy wasn't no slave. Sorry. That'll mess you up. Sorry. His dad is Colonel. Press 1. George Washington Gillespie. Press 1. The black one. That's his name. Ain't too many black people with no damn name. Gillespie. Hell, press 1. And right now, I'm gonna take time to just show you that I'm not playing. We found it. Press 1. Look, Colonel George Washington Gillespie Sr. Press 1. Rowan County, North Carolina. Press 1. Son of who? Thomas and Naomi Gillespie. Press 1. Husband of Mary Gillespie. And the list goes on, right? Samuel. Press 1. Thomas, Lydia, Hannah, Mary. My eyes getting a little not watery but crazy because this is weird to me. Press 1. I just want to be able to show you that you can search anything you want to. Information is out here. You know, and I didn't come with this information. A caller, a student of mine, came back and said, Kev, you know, the founder of Washington name is Gillespie. Hey, George Washington Gillespie. Press 1. You might want to look into that. Also, since we up here talking about land
Unknown caller.
And the redemption of it, we might as well start with somebody like a George Washington since he was the first. Don't y'all agree? Coffee and Kush TV. What's up with you? Kev Rowe. You on the air. What up?
Look, Kev, say it. Good.
Said, my man. Said, God bless your heart. God bless the information that you've sent to the classroom. And I kind of want you to go over some of it and explain it. Go ahead, champ.
Okay, so after we saw the video, George Washington was a landowner in South Carolina. Was it South Carolina, North Carolina? North Carolina. So over here, we got something that happened where we got the Gillespie Pass. This is where Kings Mountain is, and this is where the battle that took place for, which was initially the first signing of the Declaration of Independence. The initial first signing of the Declaration of Independence, led by Colonel George Washington Gillespie.
So Colonel George Washington Gillespie led what? Say it again. You was kind of low. And at what battle? What's the name of the battle?
The battle. He led the battle of Kings Mountain.
Okay.
This happened in 1980. This battle, the outcome of this battle
1980.
was signing of the first. No, 1780. Okay. My bad. 1780. 1780. No, 1780.
Go ahead.
Now, what came out of this battle? So the battle was a military engagement between patriots and a loyalist militia in South Carolina. During the Southern campaign of the American Revolutionary War, resulting in a decisive victory for the Patriots, but it wasn't a win for the Patriots. The battle that took place here in October 1780, south of the present-day town of Kings Mountain, North Carolina, in which is a now rural Cherokee County, South Carolina. The the Patriot militia defeated the militia contended by the British Major Patrick Frederick. The Patriots didn't win that battle. They got pushed back. What came out of that was the signing of the first Declaration of Independence.
Was he a signer of that, the first Declaration of Independence?
Yes. He was so the way it was set up, the people that signed the initial first Declaration of Independence, these were the Irish people. So their colonel was their king. He led the battle. He led the people in battle.
He led the people, and like Mel Gibson.
Yes. Yes. He led the people in battle. Mm-hmm. So the only way to get to the west, you had to go through the Appalachian Mountains, and the only way to get through to the west side was the Gillespie Pass.
Was the Gillespie? Now you can Google the Gillespie what?
Gillespie. Oh, the Gillespie Gap. I'm sorry.
The Gillespie Gap.
GAP.
Yeah, GAP.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I actually got that one. So looking at this info, what we do? We start looking at the family.
Yep. He comes from David Gillespie.
He comes from a what? What'd you say?
David Gillespie.
A David Gillespie.
Mm-hmm. There's a David Gillespie also.
That's where George Washington Sr. comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we got George Washington founding the Washington. That's the son.
Right. That's why he got the Mount Vernon. He had to give him his own mountain also.
Where's that at?
In Virginia.
Because that's where you're from.
Mm-hmm. That's where the Gillespie come from.
That's where it's from. How deep?
Gillespie come from Virginia.
Gillespie's come from Virginia. What if? Well, let's say since these are company, man, do you think they owned the company?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
They own the company. They own the entire company. Because this actually will be King George, right?
This would be. Yeah. If
King George.
Well, yeah. We're talking king. Well, if we're talking kingship and nobility here in America, different from a democracy, yeah. And his father would be who?
What you mean?
I'm saying if it's King George, it's passed down. That'd be King David Gillespie.
Mm-hmm.
And so on.
Exactly.
And so on. But go ahead.
Now this is just a guess that I'm getting. They took the names and they shuffled them all around to a couple different people, like you were saying. So King George, the King of Great Britain, his name was King William Frederick. So if you go and put in William Frederick, though, you take William Frederick and put him in there, it sounds just like George Washington.
The corporate.
Mm-hmm.
The white man.
Correct.
Which he wouldn't even have to be here. We're talking great. King. You said Frederick was a duke.
Mm-hmm. Also inside the United Kingdom.
So you think their banking institution, along with their military and blah, 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 stole the names as well and just included that in their history? Because without those names, they really don't have a history. They would have to play who they are.
Yep. So George Washington Gillespie died in 1820. King George died in 1820. That's when they declared him unfit to be king or to be the ruler of the free world.
That's what you
that was their way of that was their way of undeeming the people as fit to be a nation of rule, because your king,
because the king is unfit. So if they can make fun and dethrone the king, so is the people, and in captivity they go.
Yeah.
So they ruled the king unfit.
Yep. Said he was bipolar. He had suffered from a mental illness, which they didn't come to that conclusion until the 1960s. After 1820, when did George Washington was the president by then, right?
By when?
He would be the president.
In 1820?
Let me see. By then, he should be the president by then.
Let me see. Let me check the years on when they give them, because I know it's a lot of time. You know, I don't go by official dates with these people because they live in a fucking fantasy.
He was president by 1789. So at some
the first U.S. president. Again,
yeah.
This name. If this wasn't George Washington, it'd be Duke who? William Frederick. Because he's from Great Britain. That sound more like it.
It's just name swap.
It's just name swap. And placing themselves in time.
This wasn't the kingdom split in two.
Say it again.
The kingdom was split in two, right?
Yes.
So the problem they had also with the king, with King George, was they were saying that he came over here. Well, this is what I'm having in my head. They said that he was forgetting where he was from because he wanted to cut all ties with the monarchy. He wanted to become independent. He wanted to cut all ties with them. They were saying, "Oh, well, you don't forgot where you from.
You don't became delusional."
Mm-hmm. He was the King George III, which is the one that would be King George Washington Gillespie. That would be the third. George Washington. That would be King George III. It would be around the same time period.
And there should be now not one Negro buying no land, huh?
I'm thinking that the kingdom was actually set up in Virginia because Buckingham, Virginia, is the center county of Virginia. It's the exact center.
Buckingham.
I think that's where the palace was. So that's where, or the courts. That's where the courts were. That's why you had to go to Virginia to even come to the country. Also, there is the Isle of Wight. So, because isn't the story mixed up too? Were they fighting against the Indians or were they fighting against the British?
What? Who? Virginia?
Which is history in general. They were saying they were fighting the Indians and the British at the same time. Right?
Yeah. But at the same time, there was in Washington, founding Washington State. When we just saw who founded Washington State, now that we know the truth.
Right.
Because I was saying to myself, how are they fighting a war over here And then friends on the other side, and I realized that wasn't true. The real story is George Washington Gillespie, a founding father of Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave him a monument in Virginia.
Yep.
Now that's crazy. Now, what if the monarchy was here? Because that's what it's starting
That's
to
what
feel
I'm
like to me,
saying.
that this
That's
wasn't
what
a
I'm saying.
democracy like that. This was more like a monarch.
It was a patriarchy.
What do you mean by that?
It was passed down by the father.
It was a patriarch passed down by the
It
father
was a patriarchy. We were going against a monarchy.
and going against a monarch.
The British, the Indians, they was the same thing. We had full control of the colonies over here. We just probably lived out west because the weather was better out there. It's probably better. It's better out that way. But people still lived on the coast out there, and that's where the bank was set up by the shores
On the
by the Eastern
island.
Bank. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you had to go through the court in Buckingham. Do anything. That's why they say the first thing they did was they came over and took over Virginia. But I don't know.
And they gave the Queen of England
Mm-hmm.
the crown, a monarchy. The woman is God.
Right.
Got you. This is Mother Mary, Isis worship.
Yeah.
This is moon worship once again.
Because King George broke off from.
Yes.
He didn't want a monarchy. He wanted the sovereignty. He wanted the people to dictate what was going to go on, and he, as the king, would make sure everything happened like you said as a servant. The powers that be worked for the people.
But what if the king, well, when you're talking patriarchs and monarchs, you're talking bloodlines.
Yeah.
You're talking royal bloods, blue bloods, and all of this.
Mm-hmm.
So would it be fair to say the corporate George Washington is a bad replica of the original George Washington?
Yeah.
Which is actually George Washington
They said he was a
Gillespie, a
slave owner,
Negro?
right? They said he was a slave owner, right? How could he have been a slave owner back then?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, that's yeah, right.
And the Emancipation Proclamation was to free the indentured slaves or the indentured servants. It wasn't never about anything about Indian people. That's why Abraham Lincoln was like, I don't really want to have to do that, but they giving us so bad of a stink that I guess we're gonna have to let them free. We're gonna have to emancipate them. We're gonna have to give them citizenship.
Washington. How long ago was, if Washington was founded? Could Washington? I don't know. I don't even know what to ask at this point. You know, some points, some things just baffle my mind, and this is one of them. This is one of them because we looked at the father, George Washington, the colonel, and he's in the Continental Army, of course. We got confirmation that it is a Negro family. Press 1.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
we're talking about, we just happen to be talking about land patent, not land patents, because we ain't talking about land patents. We're talking about land redemption and all this other stuff of stolen legacy, of property all over the nation, dealing with the American Negroes being that they were, damn. So how do you, I don't even know how to really ask a question right now. I'm kind of like stuck, and I've been stuck for like 3 days. So I just logged on because I'm stuck.
It's
And
got to do with actually flipping the map around and actually
Right.
seeing where the actual kingdom actually is, where the power actually lies there, because the power is over here.
On the West?
We have all the power. We have all the power. The rest of the world is just looking, waiting for us to take back possession of the seat.
So America pretty much is a patriarch ran society with a sovereign king.
Yep.
I think they can hear me.
Sovereign king. That's why you have to. The male has to be the head of the household.
That was the whole factor behind removing. That's just, you can go down a list on how they flip things upside down.
Yeah.
You can go down the list and see how they just broke down. If we're talking royal blood, broke down the family of the royals and its people. They say that's a stolen royal. The royals, those aren't even the real royals over there. That's what they say. But they never explain who are. And maybe we're just dealing with stolen legacy, stolen names, stolen ideas, and stolen founding fathers. George Washington, the Negro, is a founding father in America.
Yes.
So if we're talking royal blood, let's flip it around. Let's take it from the Catholicism white folk at the moment, where they believe that they got the Holy Grail and that family over there is the seed of David and all of that. Then that would mean the seed of David is in America. The royal blood, the all of the great things, as I've been saying, all of the great things that happened in the past, a crazy kingship, but let's say the Knights of the Templar or whatever was here. Let's say, okay, if the blood of the royals is here that was taken down, then the blood of Jesus is here. The royal blood of Mary, Joseph, and all of these great biblical stories is here and didn't take, according to the timeline, as I always say, all this stuff happened just a few grandmas ago. Our fall just happened. We just turned away from God not that long ago. So in my story,
I think our Exodus was.
Go ahead.
1300. I think our Exodus was 1300.
Why you say that?
Just from how they say it, from the people that's honest about it, they say it was people here 1,000 years before Columbus even started. That's 1400. So 12, 1300
Yeah.
will probably be the Exodus of the bloodline, if it is the
because they got stories of Montezuma giving up all the gold, and he was the king, and he was this one and that one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then since we're talking about the royal bloodline and stuff like that, weren't we just talking about the Bible being a deed and a will, a living will? Wasn't we just talking about this?
Yeah. Now, if we came over here in the 1300s, that would explain why the colonies were set up. Especially if Moses wandered around for 40 years. He didn't recognize where he was, so God showed him where he was. They probably walked all up and down his land for 40 years. Little camp here, little camp there.
But definitely on behalf of Virginia was set up here, and the Gillespies was here.
Yeah.
And not only was the Gillespies here, let's just say other people, of course, but since we're talking about George Washington Gillespie, he's also, which is crazy, happened to be the same name that they used as the first president of the United States. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. It was people coming here from all across Europe. I think from the time that we got here, that's how they knew where to go. It wasn't like it was Uh, uh, it wasn't a secret. It wasn't a secret. A lot of dates are too flip floppy to even put a real pinpoint on certain things, but time does tell it that Negro people were here first, and we have a written
And the
history
slave
of
story doesn't make sense
oh,
if George Washington Gillespie
mhm.
is a
Our
founding
names tell it
father.
all. Our names tell it all.
Our names tell it all.
Like you were saying earlier, like you were saying in the chat earlier too. A lot of our names are nobility. They say it in the Bible. That they say it there in the Bible.
What did it say?
You got Isaiah 45. Let me go
That
to it.
our names are titles of nobility?
He named us. He gave us the surname.
He gave us
We
our name.
identified by. Mm-hmm. I don't want to paraphrase.
Oh, take your time. I got time. This is important because we're dealing with a lot of great news coming out the world today. So this is just great news. If the royal blood is in America, which will make the stories flip, that would mean this was a monarch or a patriarch.
Yeah, patriarch.
Patriarch. I was saying that the Bible itself is American law. I was already saying that. I was already making like reference to like, wait a minute, this is what we can do in America. This is what we can and can't do, really. This is what we can and can't.
Even the founding fathers they give us say that it was based on state and church together.
It was
That's
based
the
on state
Declaration
and wait, say that again. The founding father based it on state and church together, unified.
together, unified together. You can't have one without the other.
So that's why the crown
That's what
sits inside
Thomas
the cross.
Jefferson said that. Thomas Jefferson said that.
And
He also
again,
said if it was,
go ahead.
he also said Prince Hall. He also said Prince Hall was manipulating the writings and the teachings of Jesus and teaching them people.
Of course. So
You know who Prince Hall was.
yeah, right. Those are the order that came over and subverted the king.
Yep. And when they took over the kingdom, they took everything else with it. They took all the tools. They took everything else with it, and inserted themselves as
And charter,
the heirs
yes,
and the builders.
and the
All these other
builders,
things. The seamen,
the seamen,
everything.
everything. But
And
there's a
divided it, and
living,
it seems
but
like they
there's a,
divided it
but,
amongst
but
themselves.
there's a living will and testament. There are actually
Yep.
scrolls. There's actually the word of God that places us here, but there's actually the great old Masonic secret. But forget the Masonic secret. I'm talking about Revelations itself, when the scrolls themselves become unsealed. Nothing to do with them. Just all prophecy. That'll mean that they already knew they was gonna fall to this corrupt, but never lose the law, or the law of the land. If George Washington, and it's based off of Christian principles, off the Bible, right?
Right.
Then this is Yeah, this would be the only place there is that was like that.
It is the only place like that.
We're looking at George Washington Gillespie's family. Is there a Thomas Jefferson?
In the family?
Yeah. T.J. Gillespie, Thomas Jefferson Gillespie?
Thomas Jefferson was president.
Huh?
Thomas Jefferson was a president. Are you asking me in the time in the family tree?
Yeah, in
was there
that
a
family
Thomas
tree,
Jefferson?
because there is. Well, I don't know. I thought I saw it somewhere. I was bugging, like, what the hell? I was so many
let me look
places
this up.
yesterday, but I see a Thomas.
Yeah,
I see a son of Thomas. Another Thomas. I see a Samuel. In other stuff.
yeah, that's the Thomas Jefferson Gillespie.
Now check this out. Did you notice that all of the names around that time were biblical? When you're looking at George Washington Gillespie Senior family and George Washington Junior family and brothers and stuff like that.
George Thomas Gillespie, Colonel Gillespie. That's the same people. Look, he said was born in Frederick, Maryland. Let's go with the Frederick again. 1805. Thomas Jefferson was president from 1801 to 1809.
Thomas Jefferson Coporate was president when?
1809 through 1801 through 1809.
When did they overthrow the government? When did the banking system, Chase Manhattan and them officially?
What was it? 1860? No. When was it?
Sir, Todd in the chat room, and Todd agrees with me that these names are more biblical than any damn thing. Press 1.
Yeah.
If let me see. Let's go just to Colonel. I'm gonna put this in the chat room. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna put this in the chat room so people can click on what we see here. And don't be lost in this. Don't be lost in the sauce, because my brain is gone. Not gone, but it's
I know what you mean.
it's in research mode right now. So if you want to look at what we're looking at and beyond, just hit those links in the chat room. But it's dealing with okay. There's Jacob. There's John. There's Mary, Thomas, Jane, of course.
Samuel.
And then I looked up Knox, remember, because Knox was in there. Lydia Knox. She must have married into the Knox family. And then
Right, Henry Knox.
And then right. And then we go look up Henry Knox, and he's the Fort Knox guy who got all the gold. Press 1.
Yeah.
So Lydia Knox and the Knox family, and Henry Knox serves with George Washington, Colonel, in the Great Continental at the Battle of damn, we smart, bro. We should be on Jeopardy. Oh, damn it. We looking at Knox. And he marries, I believe, I think Nancy is her name. And he serves with Colonel George Washington, which leads me to believe that he's also black. And George Washington named him corporate general of arms or something, like some high honor.
Secretary of War.
Secretary of War. Ah, good. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
The king picks who his son should marry, too. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Hit the like button. It's 211 people up in here. Hit the like button. You know, they let me go live on my other page again, but I don't care. I'm right here with this information. We're going to stay right here for those. If you like to support the broadcast, go over to my Cash App. My cash tag is Gills Gang. If you understand exactly what's going on here, shout out to my man, Brian King, and the Cash App, my man. Shout out to you. We just bringing information, and this just happened to be just my last name, because even when you look up the last name, it means nobleman and stuff like this. So I was saying maybe maybe the royal blood. Now I'm not saying that because I'm a Gillespie now, but maybe not only that, the ark and all that is good that they have comes from here and took place from what, King George, and was stolen from King George.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they trying to place Montezuma. You can call him whatever you want to. The king with the money, the gold, and the people who was taken into captivity. That's why that story with the so-called Indian Montezuma revenge. But the people already know when they came over here, they found God's people. They knew God's people was over here. You might be dealing with Exodus. They knew. They just knew. So, what they call the New World, huh?
Old world.
Well, I'm just saying when they discovered America, the New World.
Yeah.
But it's definitely we've been living in time immemorial in a damn daydream.
Yeah.
And a corporate system placed on top of a patriarch, kingship, and you've been on autopilot for the last, I don't know how long, 1700, 1800, since George Washington. Coffee and Kush TV.
I don't think this information is the in time immemorial information. I don't even think this history is that old. I was talking to my mom about it one day.
Right.
She don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, I call time immemorial a legal way of making up things. This is a legal way. It doesn't make sense. This makes more sense than any of it. So, if you can, let me get to another caller, bro. Thank you for this information.
Oh yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, and we're gonna continue to research the kingships over here and how this plays out. And thank you for that, champ.
No problem.
My man, Forrest Glory, could you come up to the front of the class, please? I gotta ask you something because something is good. Always brewing around here. You feel me? No matter where we at, something good is always brewing. Now I'm trying to tell you, we some special folk. Press 1, and I'm trying to tell you that my father is looking out for you. Press 1. I'm trying to prove it to you. I'm not even proving. Wait till we get to the meat and potatoes. See, I seen somebody type in, "we setting trends." You not setting nothing. There is no we. I don't know where y'all get this we because y'all believe in some grand aspect that you was always cool. Fuck a trend. Fuck your trend. A trend doesn't give life. I'm talking about God. I'm on trend. Fuck a trend.com. Motherfuckers always trying to be cool. I'm talking about God. Fuck a trend. I'm talking about God. I'm talking about the Father. Press 1. That's one. 424-209-9506. Feel free to call in. I know I saw, yeah. They all leprechauns.
Unknown caller.
Are gold. And I'm not going there. Coffee and Kush TV. Kev Gills, you on the air? What up?
Hey, Professor. It's for his glory. How are you?
For his glory. One of my favorite. I'm glad you called because man, you was talking about the brilliance in these names. What and the overall of things, you know. As I was telling Sid, I can't even. I'm just out of the loop. You know, I've been stuck for about 3 or 4 days, and then you come and say, Kev, all of these names are what?
Biblical.
And biblical in the sense of characters in the Bible that played an important role in the stories being told, correct?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay,
yes.
so give me a reference point.
Okay, so I'm going to do just a few of them, the ones that I really feel like, you know, are really going to highlight what you're talking about at the moment. So, of course, we have Mary, and that name stands out for obvious reasons.
Right.
We also have John, and, of course, John is the apostle of the Bible, who makes it known in verses, wait one second, one second, sorry, John chapter 1. Is it okay if I read 23 through 27?
Of course. Read away. Okay, you know me, I'm all good.
Let me pull it up then. 1 second. I did have my physical Bible, and then I moved downstairs, so I'm going to look it up, if you don't mind.
This is one of my Bible scholars, so if I need to know anything, y'all, I go straight to the sisters who go right to the source. They tapped in. They've been tapped in for years. They ain't been playing around, moon worshiping, bullshitting, chatting in the chat room, playing around. They've been in real life, you know, on their own personal mission, you know. And when the time comes, some people ready and some people ain't. That's just how.
Yes,
that's just how it is.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? That's just
sir.
how it plays out. Some people been preparing themselves for something great, and some people just been fooling around in life, fooling around thinking God is something to laugh at, and his promise is void. Go ahead.
Absolutely. So here we go. I'm going to read 23 through 27. It says, he said, I am the voice of the one crying in the wilderness. Make straight the way of the Lord, as the prophet Isaiah. I hope I said that right. And they which were sent were of the Pharisees. And they asked him and said unto him, why baptizest thou, if thou be not the Christ, nor Elias, nor that prophet? John answered them, saying, I baptize with water, but there standeth one among you, whom ye know not. He it is who, coming after me, is preferred before me, whose shoes latchet I am not worthy to unloose. So that is the reference as it relates to John.
What do you say? I'm baptizing with water, but this it's somebody amongst you who you ain't even realized yet. Go ahead.
Oh, yes. So then we also have Lydia, and she's briefly referenced in Scripture, but she was a woman who believed and also hosted Paul and Silas after they were released from prison. We also have Jacob, who we know. When I saw the name of Jacob, I remembered where it says that I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and the God of Jacob.
Yes.
God fulfilled the vow to Jacob by giving him a new name and said, your name shall not be called. Oh, by the way, I'm going to read the English Standard Version of this particular verse only because of the way that the wording is. When I saw this word, which you're going to hear, I was like, oh my gosh. So it says, your name shall not be called Jacob anymore, but Israel shall be your name. I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall proceed from you, and kings shall come from your body.
Oh, my goodness.
Right? So the King James Version does not say company. The English Standard Version does say company. And I was like, that says company. Like, so I got really excited seeing that version. So then the last person, which of course we know that whole list that you are showing everyone has basically all biblical names. But the last one that I want to reference is Naomi. And when I saw the word Naomi, the name Naomi, Naomi, I got really excited because Ruth is one of my favorite books in the Bible, and that is because of the story of Ruth and of Boaz. For those who know, Boaz is Ruth and Naomi's kinsman redeemer, which we've just been speaking on.
So say it again. Say it again, because a lot of people don't even know what you're talking about. Just repeat it again. You speaking of Ruth and Boaz, right?
Yes, Ruth and Boaz. So Naomi and Ruth find themselves in a pinch there. Ruth's husband has passed away. The story goes on, but pretty much Naomi reminds Ruth, like, hey, we have a kinsman over here that could take care of you, and you should maybe go and make your way over, so that we can get back in good. We can, be okay. And so she makes kind with Boaz, and he, being able to be her kinsman's redeemer, he decides, hey, I want to be that. When I was speaking to you last time, the kinsman redeemer has to want to redeem that person.
You did say that,
right.
Yes.
Yes. So now the last part that I want to also say is that Ruth and Boaz had a son who Naomi helped with, and his name was Obed. I hope I said that right. It's Obed, who is the father of Jesse, who is the father of David. And David is where the Messiah will come from. The Messiah is the direct root of David. So seeing all of those names.
So David is where his lineage is, where the Messiah of the Bible comes from.
Yes, comes from the direct root of David. Yes.
And who is David?
Well, David was king.
King David.
He had some. Yes, sir, King David. Yes. He had some, stuff going on. He had his faults, but yes, he's the king. He's royal. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm just tripping because me and the last caller was just talking about if King George's father was David.
Yep.
Then he would be King David.
Yep. I was following right along. I was like, oh my goodness. Yes, sir. So, I mean, then the people can look at the other names, that are on the list as well, but those really stuck out to me because I just thought
Sarah's
of those
there too.
stories.
Timothy, Thomas is there.
Timothy, yeah.
There's
Thomas,
even a saint. Now, who's Thomas?
So Thomas is the one that, Jesus offered, do you want to touch my wounds? I notice your unbelief. Do you really believe that I am him? Feel free to touch my wounds. So he offered that to him.
So,
overwhelming.
Who is the land of Israel? Well, I guess there is land that promised to Israel. And Israel is also God's people.
Yes, sir.
And God of the Bible sends a redeemer advocate for Israel.
Yes.
Through David's lineage.
Yes, sir.
King David's lineage.
Yes, King David, yes.
Now, what are the odds of that?
I know. That's literally what I've been thinking. I just keep looking at my Bible like this is amazing.
What are the odds of King David, King George, captivity, redemption through David's lineage?
Yep.
To redeem not only the land, but the same people of Israel.
Yep. It's amazing.
I got it right. There it is there.
Yes, there it is.
Okay, so matching it up, I don't want to say, but with storyline of Catholicism, illustration versus natural right and order. Yep. This looks more like God's kingdom being established
Absolutely.
here,
Yes.
rather than it coming
Coming.
in a
Yes. That is.
storyline of a metaphorical something they can't possibly understand, or some grand delusion that will have you
Yes.
waiting for eternities.
Absolutely. I definitely agree wholeheartedly. Like I had that thought almost, not exactly that, of course, but that thought while you were speaking to the other caller. I was just like, it's literally what I was thinking. Just, it was here. This is it.
Now, I made reference that Utah was the land of Judah, or something of the sort, of
Yes.
where Moses went to and was promised and was told to look beyond and said, your people, all this I will give your people. Past
Yes,
Utah,
sir.
does that consist of Washington, Oregon, and all of that
Mm-hmm.
great stuff all the way back? You know, I'm just saying, if you go there
Yes.
and when God say, I'm gonna give you all this, is Washington
God.
over there
Yes.
too, facing the way he would be facing when he said, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it make sense.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. That just like hit me. Oh, yes, sir. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If you're coming, if you're going to Mount was it Nebo, and he goes up there and he's facing in Utah as we know it. I'll give you not just this, but all of this, and it's all the way out to the sea. I mean, that'll be the West Coast. That'll be the Pacific Ocean,
I know.
or the Red Sea, or whatever they
Yeah.
want to call it, or whatever they want to. They said California was an island, or it was reddish, or something of the sort. But all of it. No, that's how important this is. What if
Right.
we're
Absolutely.
talking about the great fall of the kings here in America,
Yes,
and
sir.
that bloodline is hidden but still exists? We're talking about the
Yep.
blood of the royal. We're talking about royal blood.
Yes, absolutely. What a time to be alive, sir.
Well, I'll give somebody a chance to check in with us. We'll see what they say.
All right.
I'll see you
All
in a
right.
minute.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you. She be tripping. She be tripping because when you in your word and you see life like that, that's different. It's different from when you not. And that's what I had to understand. It's like, well, how come you could? Well, you're in it. You're in it. You know. I'm looking for a royal family on earth, not in make-believe land. Now, I don't believe in white Jesus or none of that stuff. I'm sorry for you. I don't believe in white Apostle Pauls and none of, white royal. I don't know, unless you was in the family, like Todd and his family. Unless you just in the family. I don't see that here, especially when you're dealing with the tribes of Israel. And if we're looking at, then that'll mean we will identify, if we're identifying King George, then we would identify, if that's his father, King David. And that will take it from time immemorial of a time that don't even exist in real life to an actual place in time. I think I'll be the first one to do that. We. 424-209-9506. I don't know what to that much to talk about other than to give you the information as I get it. See, I already know that I'm special. I already know that. But I thought I was something else. I know I'm special. But I didn't know it can possibly be that special in history. Because I know who I am. I'm just saying, I know that don't look like that in history. I know it don't look like that. And that's the point where I'm at, is like, no, it's been there the whole time. I mean, I just found out that George Washington had a Gillespie at the end. Don't get mad at me. This is real. Hit the like button and subscribe. Press 1. Y'all kind of quiet out there. 424-209-9506. 9506. Why are you saying Nipsey family? I'm not understanding. Call it in. Call it in. I don't understand what you mean. Nipsey family. I don't understand that language from you. Please make sense. 424-209-9506. Todd, but you don't even got to block them. You can let them stay there. Don't even waste your time. I'm like beyond that, bro. I don't even want y'all entertaining that shit. Not my classroom. Cause all y'all just gonna time them out. I'd rather kick their ass out. I don't care about it. I don't care if they stay or go. I'm at a point. It doesn't matter. What a person say in the chat room don't matter to me. You get what I'm saying? That shit does not matter to me. That shit. I let people say what they want because they believe in what they believe in. You know, I don't believe in Disney World. I believe that God is real. It's a living. That scripture is a living deed that's gonna redeem dead people. Facts. That's why I believe that book is a living will and testament of my Father. That's what I believe. To redeem your name. Your name is in that book. Your name is written in the book of life. They removed your name and gave it to Sarah and them. They gave your patriarch family, flipped it upside down and put it in Catholicism and made them worship women god Isis, Kaliman. Press 1. The god of sacrifice. Press 1. Baal, the bullhorn. Press 1. The crescent moon. Press 1. Go. Moon worship. I ain't tripping. I know what this is. You know what I'm saying? I know what it is. I'm just trying to help you understand in a good way that I don't give a damn about people who speak from the sideline. They don't even have what it takes to call in and defend their position. For if this George Washington Gillespie is a founding father, damn what a hater say. We got work to do. Press 1. If George Washington Gillespie is related to me, and I was King George type, King David type, we got work to do. We behind schedule. Something wrong. Coffee and Kush TV. The personality, Kev Gills, in full effect. What's happening?
Hey, Kev. Listened to you for a little while now, and I have to say I'm so glad I found you.
You was looking for me.
No, listening. I have been listening to you.
Yes, ma'am.
So listening to you. I want to say this. I have always had like this, I call it like a weird interest in Hitler. I mean, everything Hitler, and I never knew why.
Yes.
Because for myself, I was like, how could this man do this? How could he, like, change a whole group of people's mindset to turn them against a particular group of people?
Yes.
And then coming to listening to you, I'm like, oh my God. When you said Hitler told them, you have like, you have his jewels.
You have his jewels, and they're holding them ransom, not just jewels.
And you're holding
them ransom.
Exactly.
In defiance.
So what did they have to do? They had to demonize that man.
Yes.
They demonized that man and turned everybody
the
against
central
him
bankers did that.
when he was speaking the truth.
Yes.
When he was speaking the truth. And so that's what they have done here in America.
Yes.
The entire globe, they have conspired and they all have colluded to we are like in the place of the Jews in terms of Hitler, right?
Yes.
That's what they did.
They had came against as a confederacy.
New. Right.
Yes. They are all, they came over you as one group and called themselves white. And they really all nations of the European and African and Asiatic peoples, they came together as one against our people, the holy people of God, and took our names for themselves and put us in a desolate place in captivity and under bonds and chips, citizenships, and took our children and put docket numbers on them. And yeah.
And so like the last couple of months, I mean, those two things have just like been coming to mind. And so it just like solidified in my brain today that they know who we are. They've always known who we were. And they know what we're capable of. What we're capable of.
Yeah.
And that's why they have to place all this energy.
So what are you?
Into turning. I am a child of God.
That's
I
right.
am the most precious. He loves me. He sent his son. His son's lineage comes to me, and it is up to me and all all those that believe in him to take this word and share it amongst the world, to shine that light into this very dark world. And so they have to keep us dim, dumb, and deaf so that
How do they do that?
Make the truth
How they do
to the
that?
masses.
How they do that?
Through what you call this? I want to call it propaganda.
I call it propaganda. I call it Nazi white supremacist propaganda.
It's propaganda.
Yeah.
Exactly. So in truth, Hitler got his game plan. He got the blueprint of all this stuff with the Jews. He got that from Plecker and Sanger and Darwin.
No, they are all one.
No.
They are all one. He didn't get it from them. That's one Anglo society.
You're exactly right.
They are the SS.
They are.
Yes. And if you ask them where their fathers are from, they're going to say Germany.
And so every time you say no, is Anne Frank a German name? Like,
right.
No.
Is George Washington?
It is not.
Is George Washington?
No.
Okay, so if George Washington is a Negro, shouldn't we have known that?
Mm-hmm. Oh no, you can't know that.
No. I mean, and forget them telling us in the McGee books through their white supremacist attitudes. Yeah. Shouldn't we know that one of the architects, I'm gonna say one just to keep it civil, is George Washington Gillespie, a Negro?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that means we built this place takes on a whole different connotation, doesn't it?
Your whole world view shifts. It changes.
Yes.
Once you see it from that perspective,
yes.
The way I see myself as a woman, a black woman. No, I don't call myself black. Afro American.
I understand what you mean. We were messed up. I know what you mean, sister. Go ahead.
Right. No, but how I see myself and how I navigate in this world now, it comes from a place of wholeness.
Yes.
It comes from a place of wholeness. Because when I hear people say, oh, you don't know your culture, you don't have a homeland, you're stateless, you're a refugee.
See?
And I look back at them and I say, no. It's not just my words. Come here, let me show it to you right here in black and white.
No.
I know who I am. Now you tell me, who are you?
Anybody tell you sound like Kamala Harris?
No.
Yes.
I'm from Texas. I grew up in Dallas originally, but I was in the military, so I've lived like a little bit everywhere. So I'm not Kamala Harris, but
you sound just like how you gonna pronounce her name perfectly? I said you said her name. I threw a little urban twist on it. Damn, you gonna say it? Now I believe it's you. Damn, I'm not foolish.
All my neighbors are white. All my neighbors are.
White folk is good. One of my friend Todd is in the chat room. He's Scottish. We're trying to get to the bottom of this history and if this is God's country. Because if the lineage of Jesus is of King David and that is the Messiah of this land, and we did have a King George and through him, from King David, then that'd be important. That name could be coming down from a Washington or Gillespie.
And that's when you speak of the moon worship, right?
No, what if
that's why they had
what if the Messiah lineage come through these Afro Americans and he carry a name of Washington or Gillespie? That'd be crazy.
Well, it would be crazy to people who think like that. You know, it'll be crazy to Black people who hold on to that mindset.
Why?
And it's so hard to like tell people.
Why?
Like,
Hold on to what? Hold on to what? Hold on to what? I believe that. I believe in the Bible.
No, I'm not. Right.
I believe in the Bible. That God sent his son, and his son said, I'll be right back after I pay this bond. And when he come back, he going to unseal everything and get that land back and free his people from this bondage that the United States corporation got us in through acts of illegal citizenship.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. This is the last thing I want to say.
Go ahead.
This is the last thing I want to say.
Go ahead. Oh, I love you, girl. I love you.
Right.
What's your favorite rapper? Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't even say it.
I grew up around too many white people.
Oh, don't worry about it. I got you. I don't know. This is like Green Day. Fuck it. Coldplay. You know what the hell?
Right. You know, I'm a little bit older, so that would be James Brown, and not the James Brown from. Right.
I got you.
But
any last words? Tell me something. Tell me something good.
Okay, this is the last thing I want to say. As a little bitty girl, my grandmother, although she did not take me to church, she did not go to church. She took my little 4 or 5-year-old self. She got me dressed, put me on my little white patent.
This your white family? This your white side?
I ain't got no white side.
But I'm saying, did you go to the white church or what you went to? You went to the white church?
Oh, no. In my hometown.
What's your hometown?
That's where I grew up.
Texas. Okay, go
ahead. Texarkana, Texas.
All right.
So she would take me to church, and I'd be right there on that little bench and listening, all the while you're a child, and this stuff is just going into your subconscious. It's just feeding you, right? And you know, growing up to the church or whatever, go to my aunt's church, blah, 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 right? Grow up, the word of God has been planted in me. I grow up, my mother marries, and she marries a Muslim, right? So I began to worship.
Oh, my God, you begin to worship the moon.
No. I'm a child, so I have to do what's in my household.
That's right.
So that's what I did until I got to college. And my senior year, I went back to my faith, to becoming a true believer in Christ and knowing who he was.
That's right.
Right? So I say all this to say that we as parents, or just people, just continue to speak the word of truth and light to our people, to our loved ones. And even if they don't think, you don't think that they're listening, it's
my family listening to me. They mad at me right now. They mad because I voted for Donald Trump. They mad. They still mad at me.
Well, that's all right. They're all going to be mad for some reason. But when it's about eternity and their soul, let them be mad. Just keep saying to them over and over and over, because the only thing that we can hope for
is George Washington to come back and his lineage through his King David and the Messiah to come save these black folk, because we need help.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the call. And tell Charlamagne I love him. Tell that nigga to call me. Thank you, Queen. Tell Charlamagne to call a nigga back. Quit playing. You know, niggas in the hood be like, Kev, you know who you remind me of? Like a more urban, conservative Charlamagne. Like you make more sense, but y'all got the same, You feel me? Press 1. They playing. They let me.
Unknown caller.
Come. They don't let the GDs in the door. They don't let the GDs in the door.
To accept. Oops,
GD.
Your caller just hung up. Goodbye.
Bocat. GD. They don't let Kev Gills in the door. My uncle, he a GD. My daddy, he a GD. My father, they some GDs too. Press 1. So what you think I'm GD? Make the world GD again. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. God bless them. Gotta love the Democrats. Gotta love the Democrats. You know, this George Washington thing is big. Press one. Press one. Hit that like button and subscribe. I don't even do. Listen, I don't call no names. Y'all just got to know who people is when they call me. I'm not calling no names. I want to be famous. Press one. I'm be the only one get famous without calling names. Press one. You just got to be here. Press one. Tell Jim Jones to call me. Press one. You just got to be here. I'm not in it. Press one. Y'all think it's a game. I told y'all there is a natural coronation going on Earth. Press one. King George was a musician. Good. My whole family is musicians. Press one. God, all God's people are musicians. You know Dizzy Gillespie? Musician. Why you think I'm karaoke Kev? See, y'all playing. Y'all think I'm a joke. But y'all just don't know. I'm the joker, nigga. I'm the joker. Not a joke. I'm the joker. Why Sonette and them playing? I told you. Just give me a minute. The whole world gonna know Kev Gills in a minute. Press one. My mama and them ain't gonna know until I'm on TV. Press one. They ain't gonna even realize what happened. What happened? You was just over there on 35th. Press one. You was over there on the 70s. And now you not. Press one. You selling drugs again. Press one. Hold on, y'all. This is funny. All I heard was ice cream truck. You feel me? I know Lil Mama at the door like this. See that dad instinct kick in? I just heard the ice cream truck. Press one. You hear that? You hear me whack 100? Press one. You hear me, Democrats? I just heard the ice cream truck. They already crying the ice cream truck. Here, take this. Go. Get the ice cream. Press one. That's somebody. Y'all saw how she checked me with her name. That ain't my name. All right, boo boo. You see her urban sidekick in talking to me. She got real. She almost turned me into a Democrat. Press one. Hold up. Shit, hold up. I tried to do the low blow. Bam. My defense. I voted for Trump. She wasn't going for none of that. Fuck that. Press one. I just think we should. She was not fucking with that George Washington Gillespie. Press one. I know she like, no. Hell no. Press one. She probably like, no. George Washington Gillespie? Who the fuck is this dude? Oh, they call him Kev Gills on the internet. Press what? They call him Kev Gills on the internet. He think he the one. We've been watching this dude for quite some time. Try to catch him up in some shit. Motherfucker is like a fucking slithery little fucking salamander. He gets out of shit. Press what? I can't believe that. First of all, that was different. Wait a minute. But you know, at this level of intelligence, presidential. Press one. I told you. They see y'all here, y'all see the weed, y'all see all this stuff. You just don't know what they see. They see what I see. It's y'all who taking all this for granted. Y'all don't call me. I try to play video games with y'all. Y'all don't want to do shit. Press 1. Y'all don't want to hang out with me no more. I'm trying to tell you. Press 1. What's up? I ain't going to be around this motherfucker too long. I told you. I'm a delegate. And once the world find out who I am, as Tupac, as the great Shakespearean Tupac would say, once I hit the map, niggas will never get this shit back. Press 1. They can do this shit for views. I couldn't imagine playing the metaverse game, the social media game. People think I'm social media game. I'm not. Fuck this game. I ain't thinking about the social. I'm trying to talk to you directly. We've been selling these waters right now. I told you when I was setting sail. All type of things happened in my life. I'm still controlling the ship. Still live and direct. And we end up right here. We're double up at. You can't run from what you're supposed to do. Every time I try to fuck it, I'm going to go do something else. God swallow me up like Jonah in a big whale. That's one. Every time. Like, you know what? I don't think come here. Press 1. Be from Texas. Don't say that. Don't say that. She didn't. But she knows she wasn't gonna say that. Everybody was going, oh damn. Press 1. We love everybody over here. Tell Charlamagne to call me. That was good. That was good. Not better than George Washington Gillespie history though. See, when you find out and correlate that our history lined up with the word of God, y'all gonna be very upset when y'all find out who the title holders of this is. Press 1. We talking about Virginia. We talking about the Virginia company. Where y'all not listening? We can go conspiracy now. We can go what if. Press 1. You can go conspiracy. You can go what if. You can play the game if, let's just say, King David, King George, captivity. Because once they deemed him unfit, well, that's how they took our shit. And then they told the Scots, y'all squatting on Indian land. Press 1. Well, being that we are Scots and we are that and this one and that one. And the king has fallen. Press 1. You got to go into account or reservation or be assimilated and become black, refugee, captive in your own land. Press 1. Facts. You've been a slave ever since you've been assimilated into servitude. But now you're not just any servant. Your ass is a criminal servant, foreigner, black person with no status. Meaning you need somebody to speak for you all the time. So this ain't nothing new. But when you're a criminal, you go to court and you got an advocate sit right next to you. Don't be mad at me because God lined Kev up right for your ass. Press 1. Your criminal ass go to court. You got an advocate. You set your ass up. Don't be mad now. Side chatter. Polite. Shit is so funny to me. You got an advocate, criminal. You're convicted. Yep. You stand convicted. You don't believe in God. You believe in that public defender and that judge right there that got in God we trust. So we don't give a damn what you believe. You not believing in God don't mean shit. That shit ain't worth a NFT right now. Yo, that shit don't mean nothing but a nickel. What the fuck is that? You don't believe in God. Press 1. You just, so what? They act like because they say and think they don't believe in God, that God's somewhere around limping around, getting beat up. Because they think they beating up God every time they say it. They got to prove it. See, the one thing about Kamala Harris, she was going to try to turn this into a biblical cartoon. Press one, I had to try to keep her in line. You feel me? They send that East Indian woman at me, boy. They try to control, boy. That's that Kali Ma spirit. I told you she went right into moon worship. Press one. Then they're going to try to teach me. I know. She say Muslim. East India. I know. Trust me. But that's not the belief of the God of this Bible or the crown or the Father. Not here on this land. Press one. That's where they got it messed up. You think all the gods is the same, and no. If you've been worshiping another foreign god in your life, you're gonna take some cleansing. It's gonna take a while for you to dilute yourself and get a grand understanding on what I'm saying. Come on, you just can't jump in my business now and just think you can come and get away from George Washington Gillespie and the living testament and will and redemption story of this word. This is the greatest story never sold. Press one. If the seed comes through David, there is no Kamala but with everybody good. Oh, but I think we should all kumbaya. That's one.
Unknown caller.
Kumbaya, my lord. You better get in line. You better get in line. George Washington Gillespie, you're on the air.
All right, Kev, let's say it. Look,
say it. I'm having a good time. I'm just throwing it out there and having fun with the audience. What's on your mind, brother?
So King George III, the one that they show us in history, he was born June 4th, 1739. He died in January 29th, 1920, 1820, my bad, in Windsor, in the Windsor Castle. Guess what's in Windsor, Virginia?
What?
The Isles of Wight.
The Isle of Wight?
Yeah.
So tell the audience what that could possibly mean, sir. We talked about that here.
Those are the names of the landholders.
Yes.
That's where they come from. It can't be a coincidence. I just thought that was funny.
Why you say the landowners come from there? Oh, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm believing this more than recorded history.
Yeah.
This makes a lot of sense.
Can't be a coincidence that everything that they got over there is over here. But you can consider the 13 colonies part of the United Kingdom, where at some point.
Of course. You're talking New England, New Hampshire. New York. All this is their Newfoundland, right?
Yeah.
Most of it island, correct?
Yep. We're talking about the St. Clair family. They got St. Clair in Michigan.
St. Clair's?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know too much. I haven't studied the St. Clair's. I've heard of it.
I didn't study too much about them. But it's St. Clair in Michigan.
Amanda says Virginia's nickname is Old Dominion. You know, that's what that. That's crazy.
Right?
That is crazy, man. When you put it,
George III, she had his wife was named Charlotte.
His wife was named Charlotte. She was a light skin, red bone.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh yeah, they got red bone.
That's where, but that's where Washington Gillespie was.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, that's where the Gillespie family is. The Washington, exactly. Oh shit. Damn.
These people that they showing us are just paintings.
Say that again.
These people that they got that's linked up here, these are just paintings.
Paintings?
Yeah,
I told you they beat us with illustration. That's the illusion.
It's all illustration.
Yeah.
No, these people never existed.
Listen, it was photographs that existed then. Trust me, bro. Listen,
Exactly.
the Indians, when they lined the Ninja Turtles ass niggas, they illustration and that Great Britain shit over there with white people was illustration too. All that shit is illustration. Ain't nothing but paintings. Get the fuck out. And then you end up with this Queen Elizabeth. This the only Queen Elizabeth that they ever had. This old hag that's finna croak any minute now.
Right.
There's only one. The other one was probably royalty. They probably gained their whole monarch illegally after World War I. They took it from us.
Oh shit.
I mean, I'm just freestyling.
Kensington Place. It's Kensington's all around here. These names it's the same names we got over here.
Who? King George established the Virginia Company.
Damn.
I was just researching this months ago. Hold up.
Damn.
Oh my God. Hold up, G. Hold up, G. Hold up. Virginia. Who was that company? Well, this better be. What was that called? The Virginia Company? What was that shit called?
The British East Indian Company.
I'm dead. King George was launched in 1784 and made up 6 voyages for the British East India Company between 1785 and 1798. I feel like I'm in a fucking Jumanji movie.
It's gotta be right. It sounds like something like this. It sounds like they trying to pull a whole that Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
What's that one?
Inception. They trying to you gotta come out the dream. You gotta come out all the dreams.
Yeah, you gotta come out all the dreams.
They stacked it like that.
Yeah, they stacked it upside down on top of each other. Dream on top of dream state. I'm glad that you said, Lord, I'm glad you said it like that. When did George Washington discover Washington? 17 something, right? Man, I'm fucking sick, bro.
Yeah, you gotta look. I found when I was researching with my family in Louisiana, you got Washington Parish, it's like a county or a district, something like that. That's where my family's from. That's where my family landed at some point. The Washington Parish was founded in 1819 in Louisiana. Let me go to it. The king was giving out land from North Carolina back.
But that's the same thing. George Washington gave away land. He was just giving it away to folk who and then they'll work their lease off like rent and shit. They'll be paying rent kind of thing. Go ahead.
That's how my family got here. I could read it. The king gave us land.
How the East Indian Company became the world's most powerful monopoly. King James, the Virginia Company, America, Virginia. Fuck. Virginia Company later became what? United States of America Incorporated? No.
And then what was that? That was.
That's why they bankrupt. That's why they bankrupt. That's why they bankrupt. That's why they bankrupted. They bankrupted the Virginia Company, which was under the George and incompetent. They're not able to handle their own affairs. They got a fallen king. Everything failed. The banks took over.
Yep. Just
like that. And then started the process of taking your names and getting you up out of here. Just like that.
It say right here
just
in the
like
history.
They hijacked the Virginia Company and started bringing East Indians, Asian, white folk, and especially in the late 1800s, 1900s, when they had the human zoos and started telling black folk over here they were monkeys and they came from Africa and they needed to take smallpox pills and all this other stuff they did horrendous to us. Press one.
Yep. That was probably the first reclassification is when they flipped it from, because they say sometimes
we got to find out. We got to get those ladies on the dolls rolls when those started rolling because they had our names already. Go ahead.
But they reclassified us from what we would call to the Indians. That's the first reclassification.
To the Indian.
They took the native.
Yes.
They took the native off of them. They took the native status off of themselves and put it onto us.
Come on.
To reclassify as Indian. That's why they can play both sides.
That's because native means what? Servant of the state, right? Ward of the state. When you call yourself, yes, something like that.
Yeah. That's how they playing both sides of history. So sometimes they can say, "Oh, we the Indians." But other times, the Indians are the Aboriginals. So it depends on what angle they looking at the story from, or what lens they looking.
That's right. That's right. Damn. I'm up here. I'm on King George, 1784. Incorporated. So I guess all of the corporations start popping around after King George. And this was why he would be founding different states in America.
Yeah. That's why he's jumping around.
That's why he's jumping around.
And he's creating declarations of independence like he did from up in the Appalachians.
Boom.
You got pushed all the way from the mountains through the gap, through the Gillespie.
You're talking about Colonel. You're talking about Colonel King George, right? I mean, well, yes. Who you talking about? The Colonel. Him. That'd be that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This is the story that the white that they stole over there with the white George the corporate president Washington. This is the real story here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That whole thing you told me. Go ahead.
Whatever was in the urn was the Declarations of Independence.
That's what's in the urn. The Declaration, the real Declaration of Independence, which they are in violation of every treaty ever.
Yep. Yep.
Because we have a treaty with France. They violate. We have a treaty with all of these people, and that's the great Masonic is that they have our land. They have Washington's land deed because it's his company. Yep. That's the official contract.
Yep.
That's crazy, G. But not crazy. It's not crazy. It's
no. I get it.
It's
I get it.
A mind boggler.
Yeah. That's all I got for you, G.
That's all I got too. I mean, thank you for that. I'll talk to you in a minute, champion.
All right, bro.
My man, y'all gotta understand. Me and this brother for the last few days, man, we just been really bugged out. Okay, on so many different levels. I'm already an individual who it take a lot to amuse me. It take a lot for something to be like, whoa. Okay. Like this what we talking about is right. I know it is. It's like that George Bush effect. Speaking of George Bush, press 1. Thief. You feel it in your gut. Press 1. Something about that gut. You know? I don't know if a man should know what it is. It's sometimes you get to a certain age and you like, no, fuck that. My gut. You feel me? And I'm not saying that because, well, I am probably because it's me, but I think hard anyway if it was you. But now I'm thinking something great on all levels, all the way around. Like, I got my beliefs, okay? I got my perception on what it is. You know, I told a lot of people already how I even come up and formulate my thoughts. It's just given to me in a specific way. And this is how it's displayed. I think that all this information I've been kicking online has led me right into a specific direction. And I've just been identifying each level of manipulation. And we've just been going higher ourselves and not even knowing, through the frustration, through so much, just not even knowing. And then to get like, wait a minute, George Washington, this? Well, if we're talking bloodline, you're talking American Negroes, not just this nigga, but a family. That's what I'm saying. You know, you got to be a special individual to find this out. We talking about, I just found my people name up in this one, and so I hope it relates to something. Well, I've been researching, and this is what I came up with. This is what we coming up with, and not just mine. It's just people names, especially when you find out who is who. But I'm starting to believe this is just ordained work. It's just, I'm not starting to believe, I know. This is ordained work. This is what it is. I would love for this to say Filthy Frank from the West Side. Press 1. But this is a Gillespie. Press 1. That's not a common name for Negroes. And Negroes just don't find and settle and found and help develop cities and states as slaves. You feel me? They don't found, and their names just don't get hijacked as the first president that keeps up with the deed, because the deed has to match the artificial corporate estate. Press 1. Woo, they got us. Now, what if somebody, a Gillespie, not just me, is an heir to King George? Then that would mean the Virginia Company was established by King George. And this is the head of the Continental Army. When you talking about the Continental Army, that's the shit the Pope said when he wrote a letter to Obama. This is the leader of the Red Army. Press 1. This is the leader. Run. Get out of there. Craig's in trouble. Come quick. Press 1. If George Washington is the title holder, Gillespie, then only a descendant of George Washington, Gillespie, the title holder, can redeem not only its land, but I believe all of his property, which is his slaves too. I think that you being bonded to the system, and the system is redeemed by the landowner of this place, and they owe back taxes and all this great stuff, then let me think about this for a minute. Somebody said astounding. It sounds crazy to me, but it's right. It's right. I mean, come on. Did y'all hear who just called my phone? Damn. This ain't no damn movie. Or is it? Press 1. I can't tell no more. Sometimes I'll be feeling like I'm in the Truman Show. Press 1. So, if Washington has a living will, press 1, or a living ledger, can we talk that? Where said that? We need to know what a ledger is, because if you signing up for a ledger right now, a digital ledger for the metaverse, I can't help you. I just want you to know that, because I told you was free. You don't sign up to shit. So if you up here signing up to digital, non-fungible, you know what, the NFTs, you fucked up. You signed in the digital on a blockchain. You know what a block is? A cell blockchain. You know what that is in prison? That's when y'all chained up. You was a prisoner. You was a ward of a digital world. You might as well get your digital bucks ready. That's one. I told you what crypto mean, meta, and all it is NFT is dead man's money. Fool's gold. That's one. The pirates and treasure maps. That's one. You better Google it right now. NFT. Now, if you signed up and you got yourself in some digital blockchain stuff, that's hell. That's the bottomless pit right there, boy. That you might as well go with Cybertron is. You know what Megatron is? Floating around in the universe. Press 1. He lost his mind, mate. Press 1. I see dead people. And then if that's the truth, the only way to raising the dead could be like raising the dead names and the dead deeds. So people will have longevity life again. People will begin to live. If you had your heritage, your name will live forever. If your name is exactly what I know your name is, you and your sons and your sons' sons' names will live forever. You won't have to be Jay-Z talking about forever young. How you can die for real as men. I want to be forever young. Press 1. You would have a heritage forever and ever. Your name will be solidified if you had a It's tripping me out. It trips me out, but it's there. I don't think I can even be debated. It's finna be confirmed in a minute. Said finna come back with some more information tonight or something. I just want you to know that research. George Washington Gillespie is the grand architect of America. Press 1. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. King George. son of David. That's crazy. The son of a father. If that's King George, then King David will be his father. Yeah. And then John and Sarah and all of these names is just in this book somehow. Jesse and stuff. Timothy, this one. I don't got time to sit up here. I'm anxious, like Genuine say. I'm so anxious. You feel me? I really enjoy it. What am I going to do right now? Just go on the porch and just look at the sky and breathe. This is critical information. So this is how you live for thousands of years. Now, where we at? And look, does it make more sense? Does it make more sense? When you pull back from spookism and fairy tales of the world and get back to who you are, original land owners and of this land, then and contributors and workers and builders of this place, this great nation, you will be in if your man don't like to work, this is a place where you work. You make money when you work. You can take care of your family. You can help the country, the company. You can help the company. Take your ass to work. You're supposed to work. It's written. You ordered to work by God in America. Don't let me become president. Your ass is getting no job. A job. Are you going to the military? Ain't gonna be no TikTok for you. Press 1. You going to the military. As soon as I'm stated as king, all gangbangers are terrorists. Laser them off or get removed, deported. You going to Africa. You gonna put your ass on some Wakanda clothes and you going to Africa first class. If I see WAC 100, anybody, Pyru, gangs and selling drugs, automatic deportation. First, you're going to the military. Press 1. You taking your ass to the military boot camp. They nigga scream at you for years. You ain't never getting out of training. You ain't gonna go sit in no cell. You going through training for 10 years. Press 1. Military training for 10 years. Order. Make some good of yourself. Press 1. I'm a fool. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. But I always wondered how great we really are. I never really thought about it on a personal note. You know, furthest I thought back was, 1900s and, but to get this type of information where there's a link between the Gillespies and the founding fathers, that's something that I would want to know. I'm not from Africa or some unknown territory. I'm from right here. My family name go I know it do. Go all the way back to the beginning. The first. Scripture does say the first. Put it in the chat room. He ain't never lied to me. It just never, it takes a while for it to make sense. It just takes a while. And if the first shall be the what? And if we was the first, then the last. If the first was Washington, Gillespie, then the last would be. Well, that will just put aside not just American history, but that'll set aside Bible prophecy. So you damn right. I want to know. Coffee and Kush TV. You on the air?
I got something. I just thought about something crazy. Kevin said.
You got what?
You just said something. You said something. It said I got something crazy for you.
Okay.
You said something about Wakanda, right?
Uh-huh.
So if we gonna flip the map, take Wakanda and put it over here.
Yes, Wakanda's here.
Yeah. So play the movie out like that.
Yeah.
In your head.
Oh.
So at the end of the movie.
Oh, shit.
So at the end of the movie, what happened? They decided they're not gonna be selfish no more, and they're gonna let the world into Wakanda. Chadwick Boseman died in 2020. George Washington just died in 1820.
Damn.
All the power of the world was in Wakanda.
But guess where Wakanda
they decided
is?
to open up the Wakanda to the world.
Wakanda's in the United States.
Wakanda is history. That's history.
No, but I'm saying history. There's a place called Wakanda in America.
See?
Yeah. That's you didn't know that. You didn't know that, huh?
Look, don't care.
Yeah, there's a but there's a motherfucker. There's a yeah. So check this out. So check this out. Let's watch Wakanda. So we got an illegitimate brother who loses his throne to a righteous brother, Afro-American.
Mm-hmm.
And this African-American play video game. Lost everything. That's fucking crazy.
Yep.
And he takes the seat.
You know what's crazy about that movie too?
What about it?
You remember when Chadwick when T'Challa he went to the spirit world when he saw his father. He was a full grown man. When Killmonger went, he was still a child. Spiritually, he was still a child.
Yes. That's crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That let you know right there. Damn. Yeah. And our story was told in reverse and upside down and backwards. And it's going to take Said, me, Forrest Glory, Amanda, and other people in the chat room to put this story in the proper perspective, because it's all here. No one can debate us. One thing for sure, you don't even got plausible deniability, because George Washington Gillespie is real. And we know George Washington is a corporation, and the bar is all up out of the corporation. And when a monarchy falls, and she's going to die. Yes. And that's it.
Revelation make a lot more sense now.
Yeah. Where's the Pope? I ain't heard nothing from him. He said he was the vicar of Christ. He's the advocate for man.
Right.
He's the Catholic top dog. I ain't heard nothing in a while, but yeah. Thank you once again. I'm still here, man. I'm just smooth cruising. I'm just enjoying the conversation with the chat room.
Yeah, I got you.
Yes, man. I'm here. Man. I'm telling y'all, it's the best time to be alive. Hit that like button. Thank people in my my super chat. Thanks to those supporters in my Cash App. I'm going to continue to work, but we're gonna leave it right there. What if? What if your boy Kev was sent here to break all this history down to you? What if I was sent to do that? And to make it look easy. Freestyle, too. Not even written down. Press 1. Can we vouch? Ain't even written. This is all freestyle. It's freestyle. If I had a teleprompter there, y'all be really messed up. If I was real comfortable, nice suit, tie, y'all be really messed up. Stop using bad words as much. Press 1. I might run for Senate. I might run for office. I might not have to run. Press 1. They might come to me. Shit, that'd make That'll make us the Rockefellers. Press 1. Somebody stole our shit. Press 1. How you get? He said how laughable. It will be laugh. It will be. I laugh right now. It's a mirror right here. I would laugh if Kevin Gillespie is of royal bloodline. I'll laugh all in your face. I'm not even gonna play with you. What's your name? Saint Michael of where? You think? Let me see. Let me see your name. Saint Michael of where? Cigarillo. You don't even make sense. I'll laugh all in your face in real life. You know what I'll do? If I was king, I won't even have a car. All my bodyguards be lined up. Right? I have a white horse, 4 of them, like Santa Claus, like it was reindeer. And I'll be controlling them like the Undertaker in WrestleMania, where he had the vulture right here, but it won't be a vulture. I have 50 Cent in the front singing, "You know I'm the man, you know I'm the man," about 2 miles up to get the crowd ready. Press 1. Bitch, I'm the man. Press 1. I'll be tearing shit up. Say Michael said you won't be doing shit. I would do that. I'm not lying to you. I would do that. I'm that much of a fool, Saint Michael. Hater. He's a hater. He's a hater in his spirit. He's mad because he can't research his own name, family. When a person don't know their own name, that's bad. He won't even try to find out who he is. Press 1. He won't even. So they get what happens with these depressed internet personalities is they spend all their time in different computer rooms. If they get up and look in the mirror, they know they ain't shit. They can't dress. They can't talk. They damn sure can't even fill out a resume. By resume, I'm talking about the about me section where they have to fill out a section of about them. They don't know who they are. Our. Sir, but tell me 3 good things about you. That type of nigga he is. Press 1. Ain't no reason to hate on me. He's projecting. He hates himself. Right, Saint Michael? You won't even call in. I bet you won't call in because you ashamed. Press 1. He's ashamed. He's ashamed. I like people like that in real life. They like to look at me from across like this. Who's that? Baby, no. He here, right? Press 1. We got important people calling, right? We got important people calling, right? The effect of cause and effect. Cause and effect. I say it, they respond. Say it, respond. Say it, responds. That's how this world works. The yin and the yang. I'm fighting against algorithms here, family. The yin and the yang. George Washington Gillespie. Oh, hi. How are ya? Press 1. You get it? All right, then. All right. Press 1. Shit. Little do you know, you can be this close. You can be this close. This is the best time to be alive. I keep telling y'all that. How long I been saying that? Yeah, we know, kid, best time to be alive. I'm telling you. It's the best time to be alive. I told you, try to stay alive this year. Don't gang bang. Stay in the house. Get your stuff together. Don't do nothing. Don't sign up. They hunting us right now. They looking for king's blood. Press 1. They looking. I told y'all. They took Nipsey, right? Didn't I tell y'all they took Nipsey? And what did I tell you? That's the wrong one. But you don't want to believe me. Press 1. You don't want to believe me. That's fine. You don't got to. I keep telling you. I know you got comfortable with me. I know we've been chilling. Y'all been calling me all type of names in the background. I ain't tripping. Trolling. So now they them putting the nigga family all up disrespectfully. You better hope I'm not royalty, Filthy Frank. Press 1. You better hope George Washington Gillespie in none of his declarations of nothing got shit to do with me. I'm telling you right now, you getting deported. You, Shaka, and Jabari. All 3, the Egyptian Trinity. You going back to where you come from. Cuba. Keep playing. No, but we're going to get back to it. We're going to get back to the teachings. But I really want people to pay attention to what we're saying here is you may be looking at biblical accounts in America, land and the redemption proven without a shadow of a doubt if George Washington is the contract holder.
Unknown caller.
This is what's fascinating about this whole story is if this is King George, then that's King David. And the bloodline lives. That's how exciting this is. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air.
Hey, what's going? What up, Kip?
I'm chilling, bro. Trying to relate to the people. I'm pleading with them right now. Go ahead.
I got one that's gonna blow your mind a little too.
Come on, man.
We got this far by asking who are we.
Right.
Now we're finding out who we are.
That's right.
What's
next? Wow, huh? What a turn of events. Who are?
Let it flow all in there together.
That's right.
Look, I can read. I go to cavalry. I'm gonna be a detective. I'm gonna be a what else I say? A teacher, a scholar. Yeah, I'm all right there with you.
Yeah, you. I see you, champion.
Yeah, I ain't get this over nothing, man. But I've been right there with this milk left.
I'm glad you have been, bro, because that's a good ass observation. We started with who is we, and now we get into who is we.
You know, we find out who we are.
Who we are. There we go. And then you find out who you are, then there must be a King David. So if you know who you are, you're supposed to be looking for these signs, for these people. And when we're talking about the law of redemption, the biblical law matches United States law. This is one of the biggest things I have ever came across in my life is this. All this information we've been doing this whole time that leads to this, it's like, whoa.
It's crazy. I remember we were sitting there one day and you said, hey, y'all want to go down a rabbit hole?
You remember that?
Let's go. Ain't no turning around from here. I've been here with you that long, man.
Damn, man. I remember that. And y'all want to just jump in the fucking hole. Fuck it.
The first birthday you did carry up on her. With hey, and you said, I'm about to get off here.
Listen.
I come back an hour, 2 hours later.
And I was still on it.
Till like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Come on, bro. Don't worry, we be bringing karaoke with Kev back. Kev loved to sing to the people, though. That's what what I learned is it ain't even about it is about the music, but I love relating to our people. I like the fact that people can sit at home and request music and sing along with a nigga. Like, that's dope to me. Just give me a drink. I'm cool. I'm gonna hang out.
It's so many jewels you got, man. I just appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you too, man. I appreciate that.
One of the best things you said, if we go down these rabbit holes, people is gonna not understand and they're gonna think you crazy.
Yep.
And I'll be damned. They think I'm crazy as hell.
Look how crazy. Now they go. Young Pharaoh gonna do a video and say, "Guess what the fuck Kev Gills is over there saying?" You feel me? Meanwhile, he's doing videos on Giants. So I don't care. The internet is full of crazy people. Hey, I ain't gonna look no crazier by pulling out some facts.
Yeah, but another thing I said though too, like when I was like Wakanda. I ain't never seen the movie because I don't like following trends. But wasn't there like a little part, you know what I'm saying, like the Niagara Falls?
Oh, where he got kicked in?
You know how like they had like Niagara Falls?
Yes.
With Wakanda? You see what I'm talking about? The waterfall up there?
Yeah, the waterfall in the back where they fell in. But I didn't put that together with Niagara Falls because that could be.
If Wakanda's over there, that might be up there.
Where's Wakanda at? Where's Niagara Falls at?
Up there by Michigan, I think.
Okay, we'll find out where it is. Shit.
But I mean, I don't know.
I know what you mean, though. Symbolism is everything. I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Actually, I had a high moment, man, and I just came over with two things, but it worked. coffee and cookies.
Yes.
Lamb.
Thank you, champion. I respect that. My man, Hope. Shout out to you, Dominique. Shout out to you and Brian King. Shout out to you and Mrs. Hornet. Blessings to you and the family, Queen. I appreciate y'all. B from Texas. Shout out to you, King. I believe God had a bunch of old soul light workers with strong spiritual immune system. I don't know what the hell you talking about. You about to get up out of here. You must go to the Paz Church from Sinetta TV. I just don't like when people say, I believe over God what he said. You put all that and all, he didn't even say all that. I'm not going off of what I believe. I'm going off of what I know. That's the difference. Press one. People start talking in my chat room. Well, I believe. No, that's the problem, woman. That's the problem. I don't know what the fuck you believe. And it's them beliefs that I don't know. WTF. Press one. If it's even allowed here. Okay? Because all beliefs ain't allowed here. Press one. I just want you to know. This is not a free country. You don't worship anything over here. You can't do it in no other nation. Worship any damn thing. Over here, you better be up. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. I'm going to show you how free your ass is. Press one. I'm going to show you. Because God established his kingdom. There is no, I thought. There is no, well, I want to do your birthday on this one. Because my name's Aquisha. And I ain't got no home training or no religious belief system. And I'm lost. That's why I don't got time for that. One thing I don't like is women in general who just override God what they think. Press one. Every time they do that, I be thinking they working on their eyelashes and shit talking about what they fucking think. Press one. I don't know what you think. What your thinking is why we're in this position right now. I'm fucking with it. I'm just coming with this truth backed up with the word. I'm trying to back it up with history and the word, because I know this is God's country, and it just so happened that George Washington Gillespie is a founding father. Not because I think it. Press one. This ain't no damn book. That man's a light. So a man thinketh. No, listen, I know. Press one. I know what this is. This is a real living word. This is a book. And when it's the only living word in the world is a will and testament, this look like a testimony to me and a whole family tree. How would it look like to me? It look like a legal will and testament and a decree that this is his people land. As soon as his son find out through the seed of David, and you know it's recent because you're dealing in law and land. Press one. Them old people over there in sandals wasn't dealing in that stuff. Stop, get out your Mickey Mouse ass propaganda brain. Y'all really thought they was over there dressing like that with Jesus sandals and little stupid shoes, and that was a white man with a cross bent over. They hung our Messiah. Press one. They hung him from a tree. That's Catholicism. They put a nail in this. Where is that? They hung your king from his neck. You know who get hung? Slew from a tree. You know when you slew it, you throw the rope over the. Never mind. He was a Niji from Ninja Turtle Land. Press one. Your ass is on the back of a turtle, remember? Swimming around. I'm trying to tell you, this your land. Dan Calloway can't get your land back without this word of God. Press one. Your name is in this book. He can't get your land. All they can do is rip you off. Press one. They can't get your land back. They can't set you free. There's no life in being no damn Niji turtle. Press one. There's no life in that. Where's the Savior? Where's the Messiah? Where's And are we good? All right. Where's the life in that? There's no Messiah. There's no everlasting life. If I turn away from my beastly nature, If I keep from this stuff, there's no redemption. There's no story in that. It's you. Sometimes you just gotta go. You feel me? There's no king. There's no redemption. There's no work on yourself. Moon worship and panism. That's all that the world got. Press 1. Well, in this book, it say that there's a Messiah that's coming from the line of Judah. Press 1. The seed of David. That wasn't that long ago, if you ask me. We done watched all these white people tell us our history on History Channel, and King David and sands and Egypt and Jerusalem and all these sandals and dust balls coming up, and I had my brain thinking it's way when it really didn't look like that. It looked like more like this. A real will is going to be handed to you if you keep the promise, the covenant. You can't get this land serving other gods. Your God gave you this. No moon worship give you this. Paganism gonna give you nothing. The Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the Christ, died for your black self, for your redemption. Oh yeah, he paid the price. Press 1. And that's why he said, I'm coming back to redeem. Press 1. To redeem. He said, but before, he said, I must go, for I can, if I don't go, the Spirit of truth can't come. Because Jesus sent the Spirit of truth. Press 1. This is John 16. To do what? To do what? I know I got a class. What did the Spirit of truth come to do? To reprove the world of sin. What is sin? Moon worship. Crescent moon worship. Isis and Catholicism. Mother Mary deity sitting on top of the bullhorn. This is the same thing. This is the beast. The woman that rides the beast. Press 1. Who's that woman? And what is the beast? Press 1. Bro, support the channel. My cash app is cash tag is Gills Gang. I love each and every one of y'all. Shout out to all those who watch. Many blessings, prayers goes out to those who got hit in them tornadoes last weekend. The weather is dripping around here. People got to get right. The state trying to force the mark of the beast on you. The only way out of this is through the Father. And the Father sent his Son. And his Son sent the Spirit of truth, which is his Spirit all over again, to save you from this beast. To save you and reprove the world of sin. What is sin? Moon worship. All you got to do is Google it. The god sin. It's some old Sumerian stuff. Y'all worshiping things y'all know not. And when you disregard the only thing that can set you free, you place yourself in the world with the devil worshipers or the goats. Press 1. How you going to be embarrassed of the one thing that can redeem not only your land, but you? Your name, your heritage, because you don't hold your name or heritage in high regard because you was raised by Confederate Democrats. The sons and daughters of the Confederacy. And they didn't teach you how to honor your father or nothing, because every time you win a fucking football game, you want to buy your mama something. That's all you know is mama. That's all you know. And that's just East Indian. That's that stuff over there. But you're going to get real acquainted with daddy's cooking. See Kwame with mama's cooking? And look at him. He can't even dress himself. He looks a mess. Soulless. Press 1. He's under the control of mama. Press 1. See, nigga like me, we get it out the mud. Press 1. We don't get $30 million like that. We got to learn, lose, learn, and that become our life. Kwame, could you imagine making $200 down, $12 a month on general relief food, and you up here shooting basketballs, and you're on YouTube talking about me, and you think I lost? I feel like Bill Cosby right now. The yellow bulletin, press button. What the fuck? Fucking making $100 million. And don't got a fucking laundromat. Don't got a Kwame's Burger. Don't got a telecommunications company. You ain't bought a sewing machine to make a factory. You just want to push metaverse coding. You ain't got no machine. $100 million? $100 million? I'd have bought so many damn work machines and hired you niggas. Press 1. Y'all been out there picking and fixing cotton, getting the milk together. Press 1. You ain't got no distribution skill. You let the Asian man rip you off of your cotton market and then sell you wholesale t-shirt. And you pick the cotton. That's because you don't know who you are. You don't know your heritage. You don't know how important your name is. I know how important my name is. Don't hit me like, oh, let me show you something on the internet. This is dope. Fuck dope. Who are you? I'm tired of y'all people hitting me up and ain't got shit to talk about but basic worldly shit. I'm on this. I'm trying to find a way out. Press 1. I know I was promised something in this book, and I'm sorry. I don't believe y'all. I believe this book more than I believe all your little religions and your little I know with this book, I'm in here. This is a history book. And all of it took here, man. Shout out to y'all. I'll see y'all later on. Hopefully I can come on tonight. If we find out some more information, I'll come back on just to entertain. I'm in LA, and I'll see y'all later.